from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Tyrod Taylor and the LA Chargers taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two former division rivals in the old AFC West. The Seahawks and Chargers are underway. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. Beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
Now Wilson on first down, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. He's got a man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 72 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's Reed. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. The Chargers now get ready for their opening possession as they feature at quarterback in his 10th season in the NFL, Tyrod Taylor.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. More from L.A. in a moment. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A fake to Eckler. Now here's Taylor. Taylor hit. He lost the football.
L.J. Collier. Tyrod Taylor is sacked.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
3rd and long, it's Taylor. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And it's fielded at the 34. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41.
1st and 10.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. A good rally to the football, keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
1-yard gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play. He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wilson flushed out right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Makes the score Seahawks 10, Chargers nothing.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Here's Reed returning. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 26-yard.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They're kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
10 at the 31.
So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback who's scrambling around actually takes off and runs downfield.
He lost the football, and the Seahawks have recovered. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Linval Joseph coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. Wilson hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage.
And they're going to from deep in their own territory. Buying time is left. But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. It's a gain of 9 yards. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 28.
On 2nd and 9. Taylor, complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the Seahawks.
On 2nd and 9. Taylor, and this is complete. It's Allen. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
It's a
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. They'll buy some time. He will score. Touchdown, Allen. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options, because right now, he's hurting them.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Tyrod Taylor touchdown run. Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. Able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
3-yard line.
So let's glance at a player's spotlight now with Russell Wilson. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright when he's been upright. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Not much there, only a yard.
Complete to Chris Carson. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete. Will Disley, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will.
Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Yeah, nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down.
Casey Hayward on the cover.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Being chased out left. They'll try and run it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
By Derwin James. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 13.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
But to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Taylor picked up, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
On the play, recovered by the defense.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Will Disley, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And he's going to go down again. Joey Bosa, and the Chargers will get the football back in Excellent field position. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
He better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6.
On 3rd down, Taylor. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Badgley's kick is good, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
Chargers 10.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point, or in this case, a field goal.
Good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Joey Bosa. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
9 yards.
Not only is Joey Bosa a real load off of the edge, but his technical expertise really knocks offensive tackles off balance. 11.5 sacks last season. His goal each.
And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he loses the football the 2nd time. And the Seahawks have recovered. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Wilson able to get away. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson. 1st down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Limbo Joseph. Russell Wilson sacked.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now he'll pull it down. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
They'll check that down to Carson. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Catch made at the 17-yard line. The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaims center stage. And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding the ball when you run it. It's all the other things that you do. Is it in the proper arm, meaning the sideline is protecting you?
Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense.
Here's Wilson. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He'll find Metcalf. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Seahawks. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. They'll run the screen to Carson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Oh, we're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Reed. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Running on 1st down, Eckler. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
At the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now this is the 3rd-year man for Northwestern, Justin Jackson. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Linval Joseph getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Short throw to Disley. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to got him the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives? So
we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know what else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes. Oh, my goodness, he loses it again.
Touchdown for the Chargers.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Well, officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
They'll run here with Eckler. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
2-yard loss.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Badgley on for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of the season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
First and 10.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Wilson to throw. forced out to his left. He'll run it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
For the Seattle Seahawks.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. Throwing on second and long. Wilson.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
2-yard line.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
Chargers 17.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Here's Reed returning. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10. At their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Throwing it in here on second down, this time complete. Able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Play action, now Taylor. Gets this one to Hill. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. K.J. Hill with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers are an extra point away from moving out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. With that, his guys take the lead here by a point. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now first and 10 at their own 24. He'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up second down. From the 24, they'll go again on second and 10. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First and 10.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Charger territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 47. Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now he's going to use his legs. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 11.
A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts.
First and goal at the
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2.
24.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Reed. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
On the return, the Chargers take over first and 10. At their own
L.A. readies for its next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, it's Taylor. That one complete to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down. Rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Taylor going to try and hurry him to the line. To throw again on second down. Taylor steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it. Now look at this. Big gain, but fumble. Seahawks to get down. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone...
It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
No, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So two thoughts come to mind. One, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number two, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Flush to his right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
He'll try and run it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Buying time to his left. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on him. And they will take a knee here. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Here's Reed returning. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
He was taken
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. And that is incomplete. A lot of force force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Taylor on third down throws incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 16.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Linval Joseph. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. He lets it fly for and got his man complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. It's a big play there for Seattle. 46 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
A gain of 14 yards brings up 3rd down.
Throwing is Wilson. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
Will Dissly, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
9-yard line.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now Wilson. Flush to his right.
Wilson on the keeper.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Forced out to his left, and he's going to go down just outside pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Mike Williams.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Return there, give him an even 20 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
20-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second.
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Now Myers for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Here's Reed. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
LA set to take over again on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Taylor and the Chargers come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And caught by Inglewood. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 7.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Pass to Henry is intercepted. Picked off about the 41. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Wilson flushed out right. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Seattle Seahawks.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Wilson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Chris Carson.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
This will be caught just inside the 10. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead.
Seahawks 36, Chargers 24.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point, or in this case, a field goal.
The onside kick is
The Charger offense set to take over, led by Tyrod Taylor. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, one minute, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
27-yard line.
Now Eckler. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. It's Eckler again. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
Makes the score Seahawks 36, Chargers 27.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Hey, normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
On the keeper. Brought down at the 23-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 12.
On 3rd down, Wilson flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Dancing to his left. And looks for Lockett once more. This time he's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. And here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is recovered
it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, two-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They trail by 2 scores in the fourth, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Time to see what this offense has left in the tank.
The previous play is under review.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
Fumble recovery. It's Wilson eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now Wilson on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Joey Bosa in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. And they got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. On first and 10, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
On the tackle. A gain of 9.
Second and 1 from the 2.
At the Chargers' 2-yard line.
To throw is Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that one could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. L.J. Collier able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Forced out to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. And that is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
And out now come the Seahawks. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And he'll drop here to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Wilson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Chargers in good field position to start out, 1st and 10 at their own 42. From the gun, it's Taylor. Steps away, and he's going to keep it here. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
10 at the 44-yard line.
A fake to Eckler. Now here's Taylor. He'll try and run it. Taylor, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked up. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Wilson flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st down, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Harris on the coverage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. They almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
On the coverage.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he nearly got the 1st himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble, 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th. Throwing is Wilson. Keeps himself upright. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Joey Bosa Wilson. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Incomplete.
Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. Second and 10 now. It's Taylor on the move to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Now it's Taylor. He's going to find Hill here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down.
26-yard line.
Now Taylor on first down. They complete it to Hill. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. K.J. Hill, 26 yards. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for 2. Now Taylor. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. And that almost makes it a brand-new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. He's north of 150 yards in this game. He's been doing his thing, hasn't he?
That he has, and he's been enjoying himself. And it's the type of game that you get locked into a pretty good groove. May not be record-shattering.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, that he almost had it defensively. It could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 35.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will bump the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Seahawks 46, Chargers 35.
Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
two scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover.
The onside kick is recovered by the Chargers.
And the Seahawks defense heads back out there now. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown, okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Taylor. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. It's Hill, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. K.J. Hill, 40 yards. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Throwing again, it's Taylor. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 right at the 30. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Wilson's pass.
That catch good for only a couple.
Chris Carson. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
Second and 8. Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 37. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
First and
How many
10.
times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Wilson steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time, a 6-play drive. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover.
The kick is recovered by the Chargers.
Get over here.
So now Tyrod Taylor and the Chargers down by 10. A little under a minute 50 remaining. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Taylor. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first. He completes it to Henry. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Badgley on for the extra point. And field goal now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one.
By the Seahawks.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Wilson wants to throw it. Being chased out left. They'll run it. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Now it's 2nd and 9. Wilson to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Eluding the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Defense.
Personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
The score, Seahawks 56, Chargers 50.
So it's a drive that ends in 3, and I know that that line sounds familiar. It's because I've said it 7 times now, and that leaves him 1 short of the NFL record of 8 field goals in 1 game.
It has been a lot of settling for 3. But I tell you what, it's nice to know that you have someone this reliable to turn to.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. One last shot for Taylor. Got his man, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Score, Seahawks 50.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.